should be public. It's okay. So I believe you have like a full grasp of for loops now. To me, that question was for you. I said I believe you have a good grasp of for loops now. Well, I don't know your username and password, so you might need to reset. Go to aijs.io and then click, I'll send you the link. So go to aijs.io. If you can remember your username and password, do that. If you can't, then you probably need to reset password. The next question is, do you even remember the username? That's good. All right, Michelle and Josh, good to have you guys there as well. So, Michelle, have you been able to sign into your account now?
The accounts?
Yeah.
No, still no.
Okay, what we'll do
I'll
be,
log into my actual my account with my email, and then I'll just work from there.
okay. But you don't have any of the,
Yeah, I won't have any of the codes though.
all right. So, Timmy, are you in as well? Josh, are you in? All right. So, what we'll do is, I believe, so to me, is your code up to the stage where you have the coins and you can jump and move around? Michelle, Josh, is that the same case for you? It's only uh Michelle that might not have this. So let me see if that code will fit in chat, and then I can send. It might be too long anyhow. Yeah, too long, 3014 characters. So I'll send it through code share to you. So we're going to proceed doing a few things with this code. Once I send it to Michelle, then we can proceed. So
Okay,
Michelle,
so
this is the
the last code.
Fermi, like I said, this is not your class yet. Okay, you're signed out. All right, so
It,
yeah, Michelle, grab the code from that link and
all right.
we can proceed to the next stage. So what do you guys think is the next thing we need to do?
The next thing we need to do for this,
Yeah.
uh, I think we should add an extra, like a stage or a level.
We've not even done, we've not sort of finished this stage. You're not collecting coins yet. You're not keeping scores yet. But yes, that's a valid. Yeah, Timmy said it. We should be able to collect the coins. Okay. Yeah, that's it's good if we could add uh additional levels. Okay. Okay. So yeah, scores and what's it called are the next most important features, and being able to collect the coins. Obviously, if you're able to collect the coins, that's when you start having scores. If you're not able to collect coins, you can't have any scores. So the next stage will be that. So, and that's why we've been talking about the for loop for a while. Because for us to be able to collect the coins, we need to use a kind of for loop to match uh, our to match that you've encountered a coin. Okay. So what we need to do, the only way for us to be able to collect the coin is if your character overlaps a particular sprite. But in this case, remember, we did not create those sprites individually. We created them using a tile. So we need a for loop to be able to go through the tiles. So imagine you have a situation where you have a lot of marbles in a box, all right, and you can't really see into the box. Hope you guys can hear me and you're following. All right. Can you guys hear me and you're following?
Are we gonna do the same thing we used all the way back for the mini golf code for the what's it called? I'm trying to remember. The score. Are we gonna
It's
use
going
the
to
same code for them?
it's going to be slightly different, right? But yeah, they're close enough. All right, close enough. It will be similar, but code is often similar. All right. The rules and the conditions you are going to use might be slightly different, right? But you will follow similar patterns almost all the time. All right. So let's uh let's keep going. 1 second, please. So I was saying that the way to collect the coin is when the character overlaps the coin. But because, unlike before, when we had individual sprites, that you could say uh, character overlaps sprite 1, sprite 2, sprite 3. We can't do that here because we don't know the individual names of the sprites. And I was saying, it's like if you have a big box of marble, but it's a narrow box, you can't really see inside. And you've been asked to pick out just the red ones. How will you go through? How will you achieve that? You can't really see what's in the box that well, but you've been asked to pick out all the red. How will you do that? Someone please tell me. Okay, I see some chats. If you guys chat, I may not be paying attention to the chats. Okay, it's just I can hear you. All right. How will you go about that? I need someone to speak up. You have a box full of marbles and you've been asked to pick out just the red ones. And you can't really see everything in the box. Maybe the box is
Wait,
narrow. How will you do
the
it?
but it wait, like, are we writing a code for this or trying to actually,
No, I'm talking about
fill
physically. Physically.
basically?
How will you do it?
If you notice, you pick up marble. If you notice marble not red, then put back marble in bag. Continue until find red. After finding a red, you stop picking, right?
Okay. Yes, that's exactly what you'll do. But if you think about it well, you just described a for loop. Okay. So what kind of for loop did you just describe? This is what you just described in English. We're looping through in this case, it's coin, but in yours, it was marble. Marble in the group. Let marble of marble group. Okay. So this is what you just did. Is there any, what was that one called? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Josh. So do you guys agree that that's similar to what was described?
Yes.
Okay. So, and I told us this is one of the types of for loops where you already have an array, a list, a collection, a group of items, and you just want to go through one by one. All right. So in this case, what we're going to do for your marble case will be if marble, the color equals red. All right. If marble, the color equals red, maybe you now say console, or let's call it function, put in sorted box. Okay. You might be passing that particular marble. So this is what you just described in English, right? So
Yes.
how do we now do that for our coins? All right.
Um,
How d-
if character comes in contact with coin disappear, and text font says one coin added. I'm guessing.
okay. We're on the right path. Okay. We're on the right path. Okay. So, like I said, we need that for loop. So we're going to go into our draw. Our draw is where all the action happens. And we're going to put the for loop here. All right. And we're going to say if character dot overlaps if character dot overlaps 1 second. If character overlaps coin, then let's do something. Where do I have an arrow? Where do I have the curly? Let's format the code. Everything should be fine. Yeah. If character overlaps coin, then what we're going to do is coin dot remove. All right. If character overlaps coin dot remove. So let's see if this works. So if I go, there you are. It does work, right? So that works. Yeah, so let's do this first. It's not working for you. All right, let's take a look at this code. All right. You have to have a for loop in your draw, and it's for let coin of coin group. And then you check if character overlaps coin dot remove. Take a look at the overlaps. Take a look at the remove, the spelling. Do you spot, or is there any error in your codes? Do you spot anything that may have been the issue? Take another look. Are you putting the for loop inside the draw, or is it outside the draw? Format your code, check if it's inside the draw, within the boundaries of the draw. Michelle and Josh, are you guys done yours? Timmy, go ahead and share your screen. Most of the time, I really would want you to be able to spot the issue yourself. That's what tells me we're learning as much as we're supposed to. So Timmy, yeah, I've enabled it now. I may spot it and tell you. So you can see there's an,
Sir.
hold on, please.
Okay.
Hold on, please. So to me, the error I'm seeing suggests to me that you've deleted the curly brackets that ended your draw. So hold on. So to me, scroll up to the beginning of your draw. Remember what I've always, hold on, no, to the beginning of the draw function. Remember what I've always said? Click on the curly bracket at the beginning of the draw. Then scroll down and go and check where it closed. Don't click anything else, just scroll down. Where does it close? You can see it doesn't close after the, no, keep going. You can see the function setup level 1 is now inside. So it's either you deleted the curly brackets, so line 161, put a closing curly bracket. That's where the issue is. Is either you have an extra somewhere. No, line 1, no, sorry, 106 rather, not 161. Hold on, let me see. Oh, no, hold on. You should know where it is, line 100. I didn't see the numbers right. You can put a closing curly on line 100. Now format your code. Let's take a look at this. Right click and format code. Format documents. Did you select format documents? I'm not sure. Okay. So let's keep going. There might just be a curly bracket somewhere. Keep scrolling down. There might be a curly bracket somewhere. Oh, no, why do you have this one? That was me just, you don't need that particular code. That was me just describing something. So you need to remove everything there. Okay, so format your document again because there still seems to be an error. Try running. I don't see why it should still be complaining, but there's still an error. Okay, so let's do this. Scroll all the way up. Go to the beginning of the preload function. If you move your arrow to the beginning of that function, if you move your cursor rather, in front of the function keyword, you'll see an arrow just in front of the function keyword, like where the 9 is, close to where the 9 is. You see that arrow, click on it. Do the same thing for setup. Do the same thing for draw. Okay, that's the problem. There is still a missing curly bracket somewhere. So expand draw. Expand your draw. Okay, the if statement, move your cursor to the if statement on line 76. Collapse that as well. Collapse the else. Else if. Collapse the else. Collapse the next if. Scroll down so that we can see what's being collapsed. Okay, so what you've done, so expand the last if. You put the for loop inside that if statement. It should be outside the if statement. So all of those things, for let coin, blah, blah, blah. The only thing that should be inside the if kb press spacebar should be character.val.y minus 9 equals minus 9. All of the others should be outside. No, don't close. So, okay, delete that. So usually what happens is if you go ahead to close, it makes you might not know where the closing curlies are. So it's better you cut out the code like from 95 to 199.
Sir, I got my code back.
Okay, good. No, I said to 199 to me. You just selected. Hold on, Michelle. To 99 rather. Sorry, that was my error. To 99. 95 to or 94 to 99. And then cut. Control X. You guys should by now you should know that. Highlight Control X. Well, if you are using a Windows, that is Control X. Okay. Now paste outside, and there's still a missing curly bracket. Go to 96, paste that code. All right, now add another curly bracket on 103. Add a closing curly bracket on 103. Just don't worry about that one. Now format your code again, format document again. There seems to be quite a bit of stuff. Yeah, so that looks okay. So scroll up and go collapse your draw now. Draw. Okay. Hold on. Why is it complaining? Oh boy. Collapse the setup level 1. Let's see what happens. Setup level 1. Okay, you have a offhand curly on 132. That should be the problem. Now your code should run. So please pay attention to where you put the various. I can see you've just stopped your what's it called? Your canvas anyhow. Nice. All right. Yeah, Michelle, you said you got your codes back. So how did that happen? Tell me.
The the project's transferred. I just got my thing to transfer from the other one.
Okay. Josh, what do you mean you don't think you saved your stuff? What do you mean by that? Okay. All right. So are we all good? Are we all able to collect the coins right now? Michelle, are we good?
Yes, sir.
All right. And Timmy, you're good as well, right? So now that we're beginning to collect the coins, obviously the next thing will be for us to be able to count the number of coins we've collected. So this is where what Michelle was asking earlier, this is where we have some similarities, not 100%, but very close. So for us to do this, we need two variables at the beginning of our code. So we're going to have let coin count equals 0, and then let score, right? Two variables. Let coin count equals 0, and then let score. Once we've done that, I believe I should be able to move ahead, right? That's easy for us to recall. Let coin count equals 0, and let score. Are we done? Let me know, please, if you're done. It's important so that I know when to move. Okay. So I was going to ask a question. Michelle, are you done?
I added the let score and let coin count, but
Okay.
aside from that,
I was going to ask a question. How many have heard that learning to code is no longer important?
how many people I've heard say that?
Yeah.
Mm, I'd say
Okay, that's fine.
roughly 136.
What? 136 people? How
Yes.
how did you count them?
How did I count them? It's just, oh, it's people saying it to me, not like people, like one person said it to me, they count as one. I mean, the times I've been told that.
That it's not
Oh, you
useful to
code,
learn.
it doesn't really matter. It's useless. It doesn't, it's not going to do anything. That's what I've been told.
Okay, and why did they say that?
Because they usually think that they can only get like a missionary job or a 9 to 5, and they don't want to go explore other options.
Okay. All right. If it was for a different reason, I thought maybe you'd have heard. Recently, a lot of people have been saying it because of AI. Have you heard that
Oh
one?
yes, 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 yes.
Has anyone else heard that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's not true. All right. It's a skill. AI is also a skill that you should learn. Right? Very important for you to learn AI as well. But what you learn in coding helps you to break down problems and helps you to even know how to use AI properly. Okay? So I figured you might have heard that and wanted to just chime that in. That's not necessarily true. Obviously, AI is able to write some codes and a lot of codes as well. But over time, there will still be a lot of humans, smart humans, will be needed to uh, help out.
What?
Okay, so let's keep going. So let's go to the bottom of our preload function. Please make sure it's not outside the closing curly. Make sure it's inside. Then we want to define our score codes, and we'll create a new sprite and assign it to score. All right. So score equals new sprites. Then we'll set a few properties. Score.layer is equal to 10. Score.color, we'll set it to the same color you have for your background, which is sky blue. Sky blue. Sky blue. Then score.stroke equals sky blue as well. Then score.width equal 120. Score.height equals 30. Score.y equals 30 as well. Score.x equals 330. All right, then we'll now have score.text size. Text size is equal to 44. Why is it complaining? Okay, and then score.text equal, then we do coins, colon, space, plus coin count. And then we set the collider to none. There we go. So who can tell me, why did we set the color of the score to sky blue? So it can blend, yes. If you did not make the color sky blue, it will have a different background color all the time. So if you wanted it to have a special color, right, then you could have done that. Or you could change the color. Instead of making it sky blue, although you might need to make some adjustments to the width and height. So you might say red, right? So you always have something like red. The height might need to increase to 40 so that it will fit inside. So you see what I mean, right? Can we make the sky red? It's up to you. You can make the sky anything, but it's going to be too bright, in my own opinion. But that's what I meant by you changing the background color. So let's see how many of us have. Oh, no, I don't want to comment that. I want it to be sky blue so it blends. Hope everybody understands what Josh meant by it blends. The background of that sprite is the same background as our keeps falling down. To me, what do you mean by that? Let me see what you mean. Share your screen. Share your screen to me. Let me see what you mean. Yeah, I said the collider. You did not set score.collider equals none. Are you sure your code is working? Right, there's still an error. You can see anytime you see a comment below, click on run again. Anytime you see a comment below, that means something is off somewhere. So what line is it telling you there's an error? You might need to scroll down or pull the console up. It says line 67. Okay, so what you did was, can you see that curly bracket you have on line 66? After the quotes, can you remove it? The curly, not the closing quotes, the curly brackets. No, 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 no. Everything was good except the curly brackets. The curly brackets. Yes, that's. So something else is off. Okay, so again, to me, you need to be careful with your curly brackets. You probably have removed the curly brackets. So go to line 68. Hold on. No, 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 no. Go to line 68. You probably have removed the curly brackets closing the preload function. There you go. So remember it's coins, colon, space. Coins, and it might be capital C. It looks better with capital C. Coins, add a colon. No, 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 not the none. On line 66. Capital C makes it look better. And then after the S, add a colon. Add a colon. And then add a space. There you go. Now you can see it looks much better. So let's see. Try to collect some coins. Let's see what happens. Okay, so your code is also not working. So let's go to your draw because it should be counting now. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, I know why. Don't worry. We still have one more thing to do, obviously. No worries. I think that's good for now. We still have one more thing to do. So let me share my screen. Okay. So we need to go back into our draw again. Anytime we remove the coin, we need to increase score counts by 1. Oh, sorry, coin count by 1. And then change that text also. So after the coin dot remove, we need to do coin counts equals coin counts plus 1. Obviously, you know that also is the same thing as coin counts plus equal 1, right? But I don't want to use that because sometimes it gets confusing. And then once you've done that, that same text that you had up here, you need to do it again. That text that we just used in our preload. This, we need to bring this down here also. So now everything should work if you did that. So test your game and then tell me if you notice something off. Test your game and let me know if you notice something off or if everything is good. Anyone? Is anybody done? Yes, so what's it you noticed? Is everything good? Are you sure? Okay, let anybody spots anything off.
Off.
That is not working as you might expect.
Wait, can you move like the character?
Myself? Why
Move the
not?
character.
I can.
Okay. It's not off.
All right, so if you guys see my screen, when I say something is off, what I mean by it's off is already has already happened. What do you notice? What does anybody notice here? Anybody? I should do it again. No, I don't need to do anything. What's off is evident on screen right now. Whatever it is I'm trying to refer to. Exactly. The score is gone. The score is not showing up anymore. So what do we do about that? Who can suggest what we should do? Loop? Uh, loop what? What are we looping? But if you loop the coin score, looping means you're going through a list of something. The coin score is only one element. So Timmy, what do you think? Yeah, but that's not the purpose of loop. What makes us able to see the character as it moves around? What in our code helps us see the character as we move around? One second, guys. All right, guys. So what helps us move it around? Not animation. All of our program projects, while we had to move across the screen, what did we use? What kind of exactly? Josh, you got a camera. Okay, so we need to change the score's position to be equal to the camera's X position as well. So we need to find where are we moving our character, okay, in whichever direction we're moving our character. So here is where we're moving our character. All right, so we also need to move the X position of our score, okay, based on where the camera is. So here we're going to do score dot X equals camera dot X plus an offset, like 180. We're going to do that at the right, and we're going to do that at the left as well. So now you can see as we go, it's moving along with us. And as count is also increasing. So who understands what we've done today? Do you understand the codes?
Yes, sir.
Everything.
Almost everything. But yes, more or less.
Okay, so I want you guys to go through the codes. All right. I don't want to add anything extra. Okay. But go through the codes. If you have questions, I'm here. All right. If you have questions, I'm here. So, Michelle, what do you think is a response to some of those people that tell you coding is not useful?
I'm gonna be a software developer while you're gonna be chasing your 9 to 5.
Uh, well, software developers also do 9 to 5.
But like computer versus just typing away, doing nothing.
No, that's not doing nothing. So everybody is useful, right? As long as you're contributing something. Imagine if your school doesn't even have a janitor. What do you think? How will the school look?
How would the school look?
Mm-hmm.
It would look if everyone was coding.
No, I said if your school does not have a janitor, I'm trying to say that everybody's role is important one way or the other. Some
Mhm.
are considered more prestigious, but everybody's useful
Some machine is a
nonetheless.
waste, some aren't.
Yeah,
But they all
so
have their spot to fill.
they're what?
They all have their spot to fill.
Exactly. Yes, they all have their spot to fill. So if someone chooses not to be a software developer, that's fine. Okay, everybody cannot be a software developer in this world. Okay, who will be the doctor? Who will be the lawyers? Who will be the chefs? Who will be the teachers? Okay, but uh, Josh, you said I should wait. What do you wanted me to wait for? Oh, that's something from the past. So, Michelle, the real way to actually respond to those people is build something awesome.
Mm.
Right? Build something awesome. Or build something they want to use, something they need to use. Imagine if you're able to build something that helps them pass exams, just as an example,
Mm.
right? What do you think? Do you think their opinion will change or it will remain the same? Michelle, what do you think? Timmy, what do you think?
What do I think?
If you're able to build something that helps them achieve something they're struggling with, let me not just say pass exam because there could be several things. What do you think their opinion will be at that point?
At that point, I think the opinion. If you're struggling in exams, what you said.
No, I'm saying someone who's told you that it's useless. If your opinion were to, if you were to help them by writing some codes, that does something for them. What do you think their opinion will be?
Perhaps this coding thing isn't half bad. Perhaps it's useful.
Okay, exactly. So it's always about being able to show people something.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix my room, Mom.
Sorry?
Nothing. My mom was just talking to me.
Okay. All right. So any questions from the code from anyone? Any part of it that you didn't quite get, even if it's not just the code, the logic. Yeah, yeah, your preload. What's the problem? We're not setting up we have code in preload, all right, to set up the original score here. All right. And then we have code in our draw to increase it when you remove a coin. And we have code in the if statements that moves the score back and forth as the screen moves. Do you understand now? So which part did you miss? Which part did you miss? The preload. Oh, so you didn't have the code in the preload. Oh, but that was like a 5 minute thing. We had all of this in preload. All right, share your screen. Let me see what the issue might be. To me, if you don't have any questions, you can sign out. We're done for the day. Unless you just want to wait to see what oh, okay, it's gone already. So, all right, first of all, the first thing is go down to so why is hold on first of all. Why is there a curly under your sprites? On 1 second, let me move this to a screen that is bigger. Where is the on line 60? Where is there a squiggly sign under sprite? Sprite is spelled wrong. No. Sprite is spelled wrong. Okay. And that's it. All right then. It's okay. No worries. Not anytime you see anything like that squiggly line under a word, chances are that's where the problem is. You might want to just look through your code and see if you have anything like that showing up. All right. Take care. Bye.